Okay, now let's get started. Hello and welcome to Vibrant Living. I'm Nousha, and today's topic is emotional health. And you'll remember by going back to episode 1 where I talk about the 5 layers of optimum health. So the physical, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, and financial health, all working in harmony. And today we're going to dive deeper into emotional health and creating a fulfilling lifestyle versus just an impressive life. And so the intention for today is to illustrate the importance of emotional health and the importance of doing this from the inside out, and to provide you with 4 tips and 4 resources that you can use to create optimum emotional health in the long term. So when we take a look at emotional health, it begins with feeling good about our life in general, and more often than not having feelings of happiness, joy, love, gratitude, especially self-love, love for others, and also love for what we're contributing every single day. Now, I realize that this is not the case for everyone, and in fact, myself in 2009, I was less than enjoying optimum health. I could feel my aching heart, and it was searching for something that would bring back the fulfillment and the shine and the light. You see, I had this great job, and I had a beautiful condo, and I had all the things that money could buy. And there was a time in my life where I was fulfilled to go out and reach for these goals. And I found in 2009 that those things that once fulfilled me no longer did. And so I was hungry to find something that would reignite my heart and allow me to shine my light again. So what did I do? Well, it's a pleasure to share with you 4 tips and 4 resources that supported me to shift and enjoy optimum emotional health and to enjoy fulfillment and enjoying a fulfilling life again. So tip number 1 is to carve out some time and space for self-reflection. Now this is super important, especially today when we're pulled in so many directions, especially with social media and television and all kinds of things that are taking our time and our attention away from ourselves and our relationship with ourselves. And the fact of the matter is that we all have this internal GPS that has all the answers that we need for the next direction and the next evolution of our lives. And what's important is to carve out that time and space so that we can reflect and really bring out to the surface those answers that we're seeking. So tip number 1 is to carve out some time and space for self-reflection. Now, it could be a morning that's all for you, or it could be an entire day, or it could be a weekend, whatever you're able to create, and to make sure that you're in a place that is very nurturing so that you can really relax and allow yourself to express yourself. Now, I love to journal, so I bought this beautiful journal especially for this project. And if you prefer, you can have a laptop, whatever works best for you, but it's important to record it in some way. And I know some others love to speak it out. So if you like, you can also, speak it out and record yourself. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is to honor your past obstacles and challenges. And so these obstacles are actually the clues that drive the next evolution of you. And it's really interesting because a few weeks ago I was at a conference in Las Vegas that was led by Eric Worre, and he invited some special guests, Tony Robbins and Sir Richard Branson. It was a phenomenal event, and what I found is a pattern equal in all of them in the message that they all shared, and especially with Eric Worre, is that obstacles are opportunities. And especially as we start to expand and express ourselves, more and more and more and create a bigger contribution on the planet, we will run into obstacles. And to see those obstacles as opportunities and gifts. And so the invitation is to go back to our past and to unearth some of those challenging experiences and to look at them as gold, as the nuggets that are actually going to be used to drive the next evolution of you. Now, tip number 3 is to be crystal clear on what makes you happy and to own it. Now, it's one thing to be clear on what we love, and it's another to really own it, because sometimes the direction that we're headed or what we're passionate about may not align with where we're currently at, with the environment that we're currently in. And so it's super important to allow ourselves the space for our unique self-expression, and to, we all have a special gift, and to give ourselves space to share that gift and share that light. So tip number 3 is to be crystal clear on what makes you happy and to own it. Tip number 4 is to marry your past and your future vision to create your fulfilling purpose. So an example of that is, in my past, I had shared in a previous episode that learning about my father being diagnosed with MS was a challenging time, not just for myself, but for my family and extended family. And hearing this news, it was an event that happened, but as time went on, we really saw the challenges that were posed as his condition got worse and worse. And so as I looked back on that experience, what I could draw out, the nugget that I could draw out from that experience was that my father's illness actually inspired me to go and search deeper for some answers on how someone could renew their health given those circumstances that they were in. And my father actually gave me such a beautiful gift with that experience. And so that was something that happened in my past. Now, if I look at the clarity about the future fulfilled that was exciting for me, was to do what I realized I really love, and that is work in the field of health and wellness and vitality and vibrancy, and at the same time to have a lifestyle that allowed for self-care, that I wasn't in this rat race keeping up with everything and actually going with the time clock of the organization. So I was very drawn to having my own business, and that was a very risky thing in my mind. Not a lot of people in my family had done anything like that, and so it was a very new territory, and yet I owned it. I was excited about it. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I simply wrote it down. So what I did is I married my past of the challenge with my father's health with the future vision that I had, which was this beautiful lifestyle that allowed time flexibility, the opportunity for me to share my gifts in the realm of health and wellness and fitness, and to take those, and when I combined them, it created a fulfilling purpose where I got the juice back in my heart and I was excited. And the only thing was that it was a little bit scary because I didn't know how it was going to happen. However, I knew where I wanted to go. So I trust that these 4 tips have served you, and now I'd love to share with you 4 resources that also assisted me in this process of shifting my emotional health. And so the first resource is this book by Robert Kiyosaki called The Business of the 21st Century. Love this book. You know how sometimes you read a book and it completely changes your life? Well, that's what this book did. I highly recommend it for anyone who is interested in business and interested in transforming their life. It was a huge support in my life. Book number 2 is Business School for People Who Like Helping People, again, by Robert Kiyosaki. And book number 3, I've already mentioned this one in another episode, and I absolutely love it. Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And there's a ton of really powerful exercises at the end of the book that you can do that will support you in shifting your emotional states. Because, you know, we've set ourselves out to shift our lives, but we will run into obstacles and roadblocks. And the book Ask and It Is Given is really very supportive in bringing very practical applications day to day that we can use so that we can continue to shift our vibration. And book number 4 is also by Esther and Jerry Hicks, and it is The Vortex. So enjoy these beautiful resources and just know that you are not alone. You don't have to go through this journey by yourself. So please connect with us on our Facebook page. It's Our Vibrant Living Community. I invite you to join us there and share with us how it's going as you're reading the books and applying the tips that I've shared. As well, if you haven't done so yet, please opt in to receive my 7-step checklist to designing your fulfilling and vibrant life. It's been a pleasure to be here with you today. And until next time, I invite you to be vibrant, to be bright. It's our birthright. Now let's go out there and shine our light. Thank you for investing this time with me on the Vibrant Living with Nousha podcast. I'm so glad that you joined our conversation. If you would take 2 minutes to positively impact someone's life by sharing this episode, that would be wonderful. Please leave us a review by visiting iTunes. Let us know what you enjoy and what you'd like to see more of. It will support us on our journey to causing a worldwide epidemic of vibrant living. Until next time, be vibrant, be bright. It's your birthright. Now, let's go out there and shine